Do you guys see the butter in the pan?
Is that good butter?
Well, it's the best I can get.
Okay.
I don't have access to like the super premium stuff, which is like grass fed and such.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever I cook my steak, and this is like for 2 slices, I have a slice that's this thick, and then I cut it in like half, or like actually more so. I do this. I cut it at about here because I know that I need this much butter to fry it. So this is a good metric to keep, and I eat this separately from that. This is what then gets molten in the pan.
Oh, that's interesting.
High heat, medium high. Actually, in this case, you want to have super high, which is pretty good. Then the butter starts melting very well. By the way, look, see? It's a Giga Chad fucking actual steel pan. So we're no longer doing this thing. You know?
Yeah, what's that thing called?
I don't fucking know, it's a pan. What is that thing called? What do you mean?
We don't have those in America, really.
I mean, it's just a pan. You can like order one from fucking China or wherever you get it. Just make sure you get the proper metal so it doesn't fucking leach. This is like
Right.
high carbon, so you should be fine, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. Actually, it's not even high carbon. I don't even know what the fuck this is. I just know it's like made out of steel and it's pretty decent. And now I have it. Now I cook with it.
I have faith in you. I was really into steak for a couple years, and I had a really amazing sear. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you're into the whole searing thing, but
You mean like reverse searing thing? Because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually sear this because obviously that's what you're kind of doing.
oh, cool. Well, yeah, then yeah, pretty much that. But I just mean like like the searing like maximalist types.
Yeah, searing maximizer. You mean like the kind of people that take like a little spoon and they like put it over their over their meat?
Yeah, yeah,
I
for
don't do
sure.
that. No, that's fucking stupid. I mean, that's not stupid. Okay, okay. So I'm a person who's a practicality maximalist. Okay, if something is impractical to do, I'm just not gonna fucking do it. Like, is it really worth the effort? Type of deal. You know? Oh wow, it's getting almost as hot. You can tell that it's hot enough by the fact that it stops bubbling and it starts getting a little bit brownish at the bottom. Do you see that? This is like when you
Uh,
start putting the steak in. So for me, what I did is I already like put some seasoning on the steak and I let it do this thing. So it's like actually very nice and like it marinated in a little bit. And there's also less moisture that's on the steak itself. So this way, when it hits the pan, you get like you get the proper thing going.
that steak looks great.
Thank you. You want to really press it in there so you get that nice little reaction going. And like you have the meat's like protein juices and you kind of like put them in the side here. There you go. So they can like kind of fry off. You see what's happening? They kind of coagulate.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
this what also people don't understand. It's like the meat itself is not actually a like the stuff that comes out of it that's red is not blood. That's actually just protein juices. Okay?
Oh God, I know, dude. I've been dealing with this for like 10 years, trying to explain it to people, and
I know,
even
right? They
then,
like
they
say, "Oh my God, there's blood coming out of it." I'm like, so you know how it works that blood is being transported in like veins and shit, and like they drain the blood first. You know, how did they
yeah,
drain all the blood? And like, if they did that, then why is there blood still in there?
yeah, man. It's a battle we're never gonna win. I don't
It's so
think.
true, yeah. It's a fucking stupid battle too. Like I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Like one person in my family is a die-hard fucking like I have to cook my steak until it's well done type of person. I'm just thinking to myself, my dude, well done is taking the steak and turning it into fucking rubber. You are paying money for high value premium fucking steak and then you're turning it into gray rubber. That is a fucking insult to the makers of the meat, to the fucking cow, your ancestors, and your fucking finances. Holy shit, man.
Yeah, and hopefully your progeny, you know, if I were Trump's kids, I would be embarrassed about well done in ketchup from their dad.
Think that is ready. Look at that sear, dude. What do you think? Looking good?
Looks great, man.
That's
You're blurring out a bit, but from what I can see, that's actually pretty nice.
It's almost finished. Like, I'm making it very, very hot, and like making sure it sears properly, and then I let it sit in the pan after it's finished just so that it can cook through, and then we'll cut the meat up later, and then it's like perfectly, like, you know, cooked all the way through. Like, you don't want to
yeah.
you don't want it to be cooked gray. Come again? What did you want to say?
Oh no, I just said, oh yeah, just agreeing. No, that's pretty much my method. You know, you find that middle ground.
See,
Like they're like these chemical reactions and like the fat interacting with the heat and all that. And I don't know. I was really into steak, man, for like 3 years. Like, have you ever had the like, you know, the $50 steaks, like where it tastes like it melts in your mouth? I forget what it's called, but
oh yeah, I know that. Wagyu is pretty decent. Wagyu is one of those things that you have for no other reason than the fact that it just tastes amazing. And it's a thing you can only have like once a month.
yeah,
Not because it's expensive, but because you just simply get sick of it.
yeah.
So it's like a thing, you eat it, and then a month later you're like, you know, so like you eat it, and then for weeks after it's like, I don't want to eat it. And then like when a month hits on the finish, you're like, fuck, I need my Wagyu. And then you get it, and you like eat it, and it's so fucking good. And it's like having sex for the first time, you know. And then you like realize you can't have that again, but with the experience this time, that's like what Wagyu feels
I
like.
was just gonna say it's very romantic and sexual. And you kind of like filled in that thought for me, so it wasn't like this awkward, like half baked like thought.
All right, there we go. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So you can like take a look at the bottom. See, the sear is just sufficient enough. So now we're just gonna let it rest and let the heat kind of like do its magic. So it then starts to like go and seeps into the meat and then like does all the juices thing. And that's what we're doing right now. And then after that, I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin by cutting it up on this board. By the way, in the future, I'm gonna exchange this board to something else. It's just to want like this. You know, I like it because it's nice and, you know, cube shaped. Not cube shaped. Sorry, square shaped. My bad. Sorry. I've been thinking about cubes and orbs. My bad.
No, I dig that one a lot, actually. It's right up my alley.
Nice. Do you know there's like a... By the way, do you know there's like a thing that's called the Lesser Orb Company? Sorry, the Lesser Cubes Company?
No.
It's the thing that Thermo's doing.
Oh, shit. No, I heard about that,
I
but
was
I
like in
never
a group.
followed up on it.
I was in a group chat with them. And he was like, I showed him like the 2018 picture, and he lost his mind. He's like, what's the actual product? There is no fucking product. And then he was like, what's the product? And I replied to him with a Zapinski triangle. And then he lost his shit and left the chat.
That's perfect. Yeah, heck yeah.
I was like, this is the product. Here's a Zapinski triangle.
Yeah. Yeah.
The product is you leaving the chat. It's like mining for stuff, you know? It's fucking funny.
It's mining out, you know, sort of the best.
I was literally at the airport while doing this, and I was like telling this to Mark, and he's like, what? You know, is this really a time that you should be dealing with? And I was like, dude, that's so true. I'm just gonna send him a triangle and I'm gonna log off. Best decision ever. Like, my cognitive security is so much better. Okay, you see that? You see the juices coming out? See that shit? It's happening.
Ooh.
There you go. That's perfect. Now you can take it out of the pan. Because now it can like rest on the side, because otherwise it's going to be well done by the time you're finished. So you want to like have it rest outside. Yeah. And now you have these like beautiful, you have like all of this stuff that you can like use for later. So like you can have bread with this, for instance, right? So I'm going to get some bread.
Yes, bro. Yes. That's the way.
You gotta get some bread. Alright. This fucking ciabatta. I love that shit. It's fucking great. What we're gonna do is we're gonna like smack it on the table and break it up. Get it out of the little baggie, you know? Get the piece of paper like so. Put it over here like that. Get the bread out of the bag if I can fucking like fit my fingers into it. That. Boop. Throw the bag away. Wash your hands. And take the bread and put it in the microwave for like 45 seconds. While that's cooking, I'm gonna have like a little bit of a coffee. Check it. Yum
There
yum.
you go.
Yeah, I can't really see you. I don't see your face, bro.
You can see my hands. Is that enough? You can see like I'm doing hand doxing and like forearm doxing. Is
I
this
love
good?
it. Perfect.
You know? You know, there used to be this thing. I was part of like a group chat where we used to like do a lot of debating, and some random fucking girl came in there mid fucking discussion, and she was like seeing me do this with like my hands because I was showing some information, and then she was like, "Can I have a picture of your hands?" I'm like,
Love that.
okay. And I was like, I just took a picture of my hands and sent it to her because my autistic ass was like, okay, I guess. So here you go. You know, what are you gonna do with my hands? And she was like, thank you, and then went. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do?
Were your fingerprints like visible?
No, dude.
All right.
Like, I just did this, you know, with my hands. I'm like, you know, I just did this.
Right.
I'm like, oh yeah, it's perfect, just like that. I'm like, okay, cool, here you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's only later that I realized that that's like a fetish, and I was like, bruh.
No way.
That's kind of fucking funny.
I've never heard of hands.
No, that's absolutely a thing. Somehow, some people are like into like the way that some hands look. So like the problem is many people have like the soy boy hands that have like no visible structures on them. You know, like these hands have seen things. They have like scars on them and shit.
Wait, show
like,
me your middle finger. Like, all right, that's a good one.
What?
Yeah, all right, you're good.
What do you mean? Like, what is there like a trick
like
to not
like
being able to do
like
that?
flipping the bird, you know?
Yeah. Can you do this?
Like flip. Yeah, that's a good one. But like flipping someone the middle finger, you know? Do you know that one? Yeah.
No shit. What do you mean?
Well, no, it's just that the soy boy hands, they're really, really bad at doing the middle finger.
Flipping the
Yeah,
bird.
they're terrible at it.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
Wow. Why? This is like an average thing. Like, do you mean it's just because they can't stretch it out all the way and it just looks like this?
No, it's more like
I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
like
I love your takes. It's like that's the reason why you're here on Spaces, bro.
yeah, they're very like limp about it, you know? It's like
That's wild.
yeah.
Like they don't do it, or just that they try to do it and they can't?
They do it, but it's like, you know, like their middle finger is like it's not like totally erect, you know? It's just kind of like
I understand. So it's basically like this, you know?
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. Yeah. Understandable. So I'm like trying to get all of the goodness out of the pan using the bread.
No.
See? Look at that.
Yeah.
So this is my this is my like tomorrow's lunch that I'm making now. There we go, fucking finished. Got all the good stuff. Look at that. We put it in here, like so. And then we start cutting up our meat, which is like resting here like that. See that? Beautiful fucking shit, man. It's fantastic. Alright, now I actually do want to show you how I do it. So I'm gonna like do a thing where it's gonna get a little bit messy, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna like see if it works out for us. Okay. I'm gonna like soak my pan while we're dealing with this. And I'll do the thing, like I'll cut it up. First of all, I'm gonna put the butter somewhere where it's manageable, which is like right over there. And then I'll like cut it up on this thing for you, which is gonna be very weird to do. But hey, fuck it, we'll do it, eh? For the show, for the memes, for the culture.
Indeed.
Everybody I know who's like probably asleep right now, but I'm just like, fuck it, we're gonna do some steak because I promised the people, you know? Alright. So we're just gonna like take this thing off. Beautiful.
That looks good.
No. I think it looks okay. Let me slice it down the middle and see what happens. Yeah, it looks pretty fire.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Is it seasoned? Is it crispy?
It's seasoned. It's not really crispy, but it's seared well enough, I
Okay.
think. This look good?
Yeah.
Color
Yeah,
check
that
looks
looks
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking great, man. Beautiful. Needs a little more salt. but I'm an intense salt maxi type of person. I eat a shit ton of salt.
Yeah.
So I'm abnormal. Like, I'm totally not normal, you know? Alright. First I like to cut off the fat first, and all that stuff, and then get to the slicing of the meat itself. It's just a lot of steak prep, you know? As you can see, I've done this a lot. Whoops. Fuck's sake, that one just fell. Did you see that? The fucking thing just flew like that? Bruh. Bloopers. Bloopers. We got bloopers on stream. Adrian Dittman also has clumsiness problems. Fuck that.
Yeah, I have to cut out like a steak like that into like probably 30 pieces so my kids can eat it. Like,
Oh, I do exactly the same. Unironically, because I like to eat it without wanting to cut it up in the slightest.
yeah.
Oh, this one went so well. Look at that fucking color on that shit. I should have, like, not left it as long in the pan because they're not as thick, but look at the color on this. This is perfect,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yes.
Look at that. That just did so well.
That's my color.
Sorry. I'm trying to, like, not make it fly off the board, which is, like, a bit of a problem. There we go. So yeah, I slice it into like just a ton of pieces, and then just, you know, I put it in here, like that. Or even, I just put it back in here, and then put the salsa over it, after I'm like finished with it. But yeah. Actually I should put it in there so I can season it. With some extra salt, you know?
Yeah.
Because it makes it easier. So yeah, you guys are getting like the one-on-one fucking like steak prep with Adrian Dittman. Like, this is what you guys can do. Like, see, think about this. Think about this for a second. Anyone who complains about meal prep is a lazy bitch. You just don't want to do it because you just are annoyed by the fact that you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not hard. Doing this is not hard.
Yeah, but
It's very fucking easy.
Doesn't it get like, you know, by the 6th day, it's like, come on. Like,
no, you do this every day. Now, see, here's the thing. You have to make yourself look forward to it. Here's what you do, right? So with all of this routine, you figure out to do something. You figure out to do something that you can do while you're doing this with your meat, which sounds weird.
right.
So, like, say, hey, you're gonna doom scroll TikTok for like 8 hours, and you want to tell me you don't have time. Fuck you. That's cope, bitch. You have time. So, what you're gonna do is instead of like doom scrolling TikTok for 8 hours, you're gonna doom scroll TikTok anyways with autoplay while you're cooking your fucking steak.
yeah.
How about them apples?
Yeah, it's infallible, you know?
Perfect. See, there you go. That's lunch.
For tomorrow.
Yes. Easy as, eh?
Yeah.
See how easy that is to do? There you go, you just made your lunch. Now you gotta take that to work like the Mexican dude, except that you don't have a thick Latina that made it for you. It's you that made it. It's the veiny guy that made it for you. Which is you, because you're a fucking Giga Chad.
I am a fucking Giga Chad. I am a fucking Giga Chad.
So I put that in the fridge, so then I'm gonna eat that tomorrow. And now comes the part that's actually annoying, the cleanup. Ah. So, you have a bunch of stuff that you're gonna have to clean up, which is this thing, the bowl, and your knife, and the kitchen area. But that's very easy. So we're gonna do it right now. The worst one's gonna be the pan. So you know what I said what I did? I just like already soaked it. So by the time you have to do your cleanup, now it's gonna be super easy. So you can put all this in the basin right away and start cleaning the pan, which is gonna be super easy to do. So by the time you're going to be finished with all of this, you can like sit back and relax.
Yeah. I know.
Because again, like this is the thing. You can like doom scroll TikTok while you're doing all of this. You can like listen to a Joe Rogan podcast or watch your favorite movie or like whatever you want to do. And it trains you to do multitasking. So now you don't waste your time. See, you're doing what you were already going to do anyways, But this time, you're doing more than just the one thing you were going to do the whole time. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden your meal prep becomes a thing you were always going to do.
Right.
So it's like, it doesn't matter.
So wait,
This is what I'm trying to like convince people to understand.
you're meal prepping just one day in advance, though, right?
Well, technically, yeah. I mean, you do this at the end of the day because you're gonna have to do this anyways.
Okay.
And then you have nothing to do in the next day at like the peak. You know, you don't want to like prep something for lunch because it takes too much time. But you do have the ability to do shit after work is concluded, no? So imagine that even from like the 9 to 5 perspective. You know, you get off work at 5. You do all of your shit to like get home. That's gonna be 6 or maybe 7. And then once you have that, you still have like time until 11 or 12 or maybe 1 if you're adventurous enough to like do whatever you want to do. And this thing, like how long has this space been open for?
Like half hour.
There you go, see?
Yeah.
So I just did my meal prep for the next day in like a half hour.
Well, I'm just so used.
Plus the cleanup.
I'm just so used to the whole people they spend like they do the whole week in advance, and it's always like the same stuff every day.
I mean, you can do that shit. Look, I do the same thing as well, where like I eat the same stuff every single day. I'm not a particular person that like cares, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my advantage. But like, I mean, the meal prep by saying I'm going to do everything in like one day, that also makes sense. It just depends on what's good for you. I just like to do this thing because it's easier to do. Because I'm like, I don't want to have many different containers. So like, for instance, right? I have a container now that I have to clean up, right? I have 1. But if I have to do meal prep for like a week, then I have, 7 containers to clean up.
Right.
Why the fuck do I want to clean up 7 containers? And then I have to cook 7 different meals? No, absolutely not. That is fucking insane. I understand some people can pull it off, but I'm trying to address the average person here who wants to like become the above average person by performance. And what I'm doing here is a simple thing that you can do, which is going to save you so much fucking time. Because you can't just in fact do this at the end of the day, instead of doom scrolling fucking TikTok like an idiot and not doing anything. You can still scroll X, you can still watch videos, you can still do whatever you want to do, but you can also cook and eat a steak while doing so. You can also do meal prep for the next day, you know?
Yeah.
Because until you get the fucking thick Latina, you're not going to do anything except doing shit for yourself. I understand, no?
Good shit.
You know, you don't get that fucking person who's like got all the tacos ready made because they got like the significant other that does it for them.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to like do this. You know, that's your thing. You know, and it's fine. You know, at some point, you know what you're gonna realize? You're actually gonna enjoy doing this, and then you're gonna go to a restaurant and you're gonna order a steak just to insult them. Because you're gonna like maximize understanding how to like make steaks so good that you make it better than the fucking chefs. So like when I get to go to a restaurant and they actually pull off making the meat well, I am like really satisfied. I'm so fucking happy. I look at like the reviews and everything and I'm like, I don't give a shit about your reviews because they're fake anyways. But like, hey, cook me a steak and see if you can actually make that do something, you know?
Yeah.
Look, see, it says L. Take that L.
Yeah, I had a buddy who he worked at this really swanky spot in like downtown Detroit, and every time I came,
Oh yeah?
he would let me taste test the Wagyu, straight up like $80 worth.
Damn, you lucky bitch.
Yeah, dude, I was super lucky. Like he was a real bro about that.
That's crazy, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have like the Wagyu bro. Like you can fucking do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Like. Also, you know what else is something? So I have like the whole sink and everything. There's a ton of water, and it's a problem to deal with. So what do? Use this thing. I understand people will look at this funny, and be like, "Why are you using a little squeegee?" I'm like, "Why not? What's the problem? Is it unconventional? Yes. Does it get rid of my problems in like 5 seconds? That otherwise would take me a minute to do? Yes. So what's the argument?
It leaves no residue.
Exactly.
All right.
Nothing. I do it every single time. I've done this for like years now, and I'm always the fastest to clean the kitchen And it's like, okay, cool, there you go, you finished, you know?
Yeah, I'm always just
It's nice.
I'm always just worried about, like soap or some kind of matter still unsqueegeed.
No. That's like, so what you do is like, you don't leave any of the soap behind. That's like the thing.
Yeah.
Right, so what you do is you do this, you do the wiping first, and then you get rid of all the soap, and then you do the squeegee.
Okay.
Because like here's the thing, you know what you do? You do the soaping, then you do the squeegee, then you do the fucking washing without anything there, and then you do the squeegee again.
Okay. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Finito. Or you do what I'm doing right now, where you just simply wipe it all away like this, right? This works also. It's not the best way to do it, but like, hey, you know. It also works for my specific use case. And there you go. See? Everything finished. Nice and clean.
Voila.
Boom. Finish. Was that so fucking hard? No, it wasn't.
I'm inspired now. I haven't cooked steak in so long.
See, I'm telling everybody, it's not that difficult to do. You can like do this, and then afterwards, now you got your thing set up, you can like have your coffee, do some degenning, and just like relax and not worry about that. Because that's like out of your head now.
Yeah.
You know, you put it down and it's like a thing that's just computing itself.
Right. Yeah. That's good shit.
I just like put all my food problems in like the triangle of the food, the time, and like the consumption. There you go.
You ever get into
Finish, eh?
You ever get into like broths or anything like that? Like stuff you have to like,
No, actually, I don't get into broths as much. Although I have, let me just remove the phone from the stand. Ah, there we go. Because I have, like, look at my setup. It's a pot that's weighing down the fucking, like, this thing. Because otherwise the